Good morning everyone. My name is Rashmi Chauhan. So today we are going to discuss a topic of chemical equilibrium. We are going to discuss some topics into its introduction, graphical representation, types of equilibrium, law of mass action, equilibrium constant and Le Chatelier's principle. So the first question arises that what is a chemical equilibrium? Equilibrium is nothing but the balance, right? So we come across in our day-to-day life, we have seen escalator, right? Yes, right. So escalator, if for example an accelerator is there which is moving down with some velocity, right? Just for the fun sake, your friend wants to run over it. If your friend wants to get some fixed position, so he have to keep itself moving with some fixed speed. If he will not be able to do so, he will find himself at the same original position. So at some time, what will happen? The velocity of the object will be equal to the velocity of accelerator. At this point, we say that the system has attained equilibrium. In the terms of chemistry, we will deal about the chemical reaction. So what is the chemical equilibrium in that case? So we know about the reversible reaction in which the reactants gives the product and the product gives back the reactants. So in the chemical reaction, equilibrium is only possible in the case of reversible reaction in a closed vessel. So there is no exchange through the atmosphere or the surrounding, right? So we are going to discuss some graphical representation of the equilibrium in chemistry. We know that equilibrium is nothing but the balance, right? Equilibrium is called as balance. Let's say an example of a reaction. Reactant is giving some product and the products gives back the reactants. So what will happen in this case? Let's take understand the chemical equilibrium by the example of a graph. First of all, let's take the example of the graph between the rate as well as time. If we plot a graph between the rate of reaction and a time, the forward reaction, that is the formation of product, becomes equal to the formation of reactant. That is, the rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. So in this case, rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. RF is equals to RB. We are going to understand this by a chemical equation. Let's take a reaction. A moles of A reactant plus B moles of B reactant gives out C moles of C product and D moles of D product. For in this case, the amount of product formed is equal to the amount of reactant formed. That means the RF is equals to RB. If we will write the RF depends on the concentration of reactant. So how we will write RF is equals to Kf, the concentration of A reactant and the concentration of B reactant. So these parts A and B, the stoichiometric coefficient which is written in the reaction gets converted into the powers of the concentration of A and B reactant. If we want to write the rate of reaction for the backward reaction, it will be equal to Kb. It will be depending on the concentration of products. Now what are the products C and D? And the stoichiometric coefficient of products C and D are these, which will be converted into the parts. Now we can say that the RF is equals to RB at equilibrium. The amount of the reactant formed is equals to amount of product formed, or the amount of product formed is equals to the amount of reactant formed. Now let's understand the another graph of the chemical equilibrium. Let's take the graph among the concentration as well as time. We know that at the start of reaction the reactants are more in number compared to the products. So at the start the reactants are more in number. After some time the products start to form, right? So the products at the start are 0 in number. After some time they get equal, right? So the rate of formation of product becomes equals to the rate of formation of reactant, that is at the equal rates in the case of equilibrium. This is for the forward reaction, or we can say this is for the reactants and this line depicts the products. Now let's discuss it properly with the equilibrium constant. Now firstly discuss what are the different types of equilibrium. Now there are two types of equilibrium: homogeneous and heterogeneous equilibrium. So the first one is homogeneous equilibrium. As the term indicates, homo, which means same, that means all the reactants and products are in the same phase. For example, nitrogen gas plus hydrogen gas gives ammonia. In this case, all the reactants and products are in the same phase, that is in the gaseous phase. So that's why it is called as the homogeneous equilibrium. The reaction is as an example of homogeneous equilibrium. Second type is heterogeneous equilibrium. Now what is heterogeneous equilibrium? In this case, the phase or the state of reactant and products are different. For example, decomposition reaction of calcium carbonate. In this case, calcium carbonate is in the solid state, giving out the product calcium oxide, again in the solid state, plus carbon dioxide, which is in the gaseous state. So this is example of heterogeneous equilibrium. Now let's come to the law of mass action. So what is law of mass action? Law of mass action depends on the active mass. And what is active mass? Active mass is the amount of the number of moles of reactants or the products. Now it says that law of mass action says that the rate is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant. Now coming about the equilibrium constant. Suppose there is one reaction, A moles of A plus B moles of B gives C moles of C plus D moles of D. Now we say that this is at equilibrium. So RF is equals to RB, which means the rate of forward reaction is equals to rate of backward reaction. Now RF is equals to the KF, which is the rate constant for forward reaction, depends on the concentration of A and B. Now the backward reaction, RB is equals to KB, C to the power C and D to the power D. Now K equilibrium is equals to KF upon KB. Now the K equilibrium will become out to the concentration of product divided by the concentration of reactants. Like this. So we can say that the rate constant or the equilibrium constant is directly proportional to the concentration of products. So what is the difference between the Kp, Kc and Keq? Kc, Kp and Keq, which is K equilibrium. This Keq is the rate constant for the equilibrium, which is equals to Kf upon Kb, which we have already discussed. Now what is Kc? When we write the rate constant in the terms of concentration, then it is called as Kc. But If we are not dealing with any other state like liquid, if we are dealing with the gases, then the concentration is directly proportional to the pressure. So we used to write the rate constant Kp in the terms of partial pressures. For example, Kc for the same reaction AA plus BB gives Cc plus DD. So the Kc will be equal to the concentration of product by rated. So what are the products? C and D. And what are the ratings? A and B. Now what is Kp? Now Kp is the rate constant when we deal with the gases. In that case, the concentration of the gases is directly proportional to the pressure. So we write it in the terms of Pc to the power C, Pd to the power D divided by Pa to the power A and Pb to the power B. So we can say that it is only they all are equal with their respect in the concentration or the pressure, and Keq is the equilibrium constant. Now, if our K equilibrium is, as we understood this thing, the rate constant of K equilibrium is equal to the concentration of product divided by the concentration of reactant, right? So there are four